Hello, my name is Mingers and welcome to Unfiltered, Conversations with Creators. This is a podcast where we talk to content creators of all sizes about the journey of how they began, how they got to where they are now, and where they want to go to in the future. The aim is to create a fun and engaging resource that we can all learn from, as well as give us something to look back on in the future. In episode 4, we are talking to Lebxwski, also known as Jared, creator of the Warzone TikTok series known as The Breakdown. Jared always produces high quality in his content, particularly in his job as a freelance videographer. He is well worth a follow. All of his socials will be displayed on the screen, as well as linked in the description below. If you enjoy the podcast and this type of content, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you loved hearing about the most. We have plenty more of these to release in the coming weeks, and you do not want to miss any of these conversations. So without taking up too much of your time, let's get started. Mr. Lebxwski,
What's goody, man? How you doing?
if you could pick one meal, what's your favorite meal? One dish.
Ooh. One dish.
One dish only. For me, I personally probably would go with like a chicken parmigiana with chips and salad.
Ooh.
Because it kind of hits all, like, you got a bit of protein on there, you got the carbs, you got some salad. It's kind of healthy at the same time, but it's tomato sauce, there's cheese. I don't know. That for me, that's my go-to for almost like every takeout place that we go to, and that's my meal, I think.
I do like that a lot. I think I'd probably have to go like a New York pizza, to be honest. New York style pizza, thin crust, nice sauce, good cheese. It can have whatever you want on it too. You want some pep, you want some you just want some greens on there. I don't know.
Facts though.
Yeah.
Wait, and New York style means it's huge, or?
Yeah, New York style, like a New York style slice is like the size of my head, So
That thing is massive.
yeah, it's good. It's really good. That'd probably be my
Speaking of
go-to.
massive,
Whoa.
we're going to talk about your TikTok.
Whoa, I didn't know that's what we were going to talk about when we said massive, but yeah, here we are.
Nah, we're diving straight into this. So,
Damn. All right. Let's
what
get it.
TikTok? I was late to the TikTok game. I think I joined in like December of last year, 2021. And you had already been on TikTok for a while, and you were one of my first people that I followed.
I mean,
I realized pretty quickly how big you were.
I think my first TikTok was like in June 2021.
Yep.
So I'd only been on for like 4 months, 5 months. So
The one thing I noticed from your page is that it's been like pretty consistently high views. Like it's never been under 1,000 views on any of your TikToks.
that is true. Yeah. I mean, when I first started out, there were like a couple hundred. And then you just have like one video that kind of gets into the FYP, and then it's kind of game over, really, to be honest. I think like once TikTok's like, oh, people like this content, and then it's like
Put him in the algorithm.
that's it. Yeah. But then
How did you? Yeah. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
But then when it's like you don't get those views, then it's like, am I shadow banned? I've thought that like literally 100 times. Like I post something and it's been up for like a day and it got like 300 views, and I'm like,
yeah.
why did this one do badly? And like they've been breakdowns that have like done poorly, and I'm like, what? Like I thought people liked this one, but I guess not. Maybe I'm just trash.
Funny. No, TikTok's a funny place. But how did you find TikTok? What got you on there to be a creator rather than just someone who watches?
Well, I mean, during the pandemic, I'm a photographer and videographer and editor, like as my main job. Yep. And in lockdown, obviously all my jobs got canceled, and I was like, I need to be doing something. So I always enjoyed watching Joe Woe and Exact and a few other content creators, and I was like, I feel like I could do something with my mediocre gameplay and try and splice it up a little bit, And yeah, that's kind of like, it was just like the urge to be creative, I guess, was what drove me.
Right. You said you're like a photographer and you do editing for a living, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, you must have been craving and having no jobs to do.
Very much so, yeah. Very depressing time. I was just like so over everything, and I was just like, I need to be doing something on the computer, and just, yeah, it seemed like a cool thing to do.
Is there much of a crossover that you find with your work and your hobby, like editing clips and stuff like that?
How do you mean?
Is there much of a crossover with your actual job editing and
Like techniques that I've learned?
Yeah, all the things you've learned.
Yeah, in a way, like I've been doing these jobs recently where they want a lot of like speed ramping. So that's obviously big in like the gaming industry. Like you'll get like the slow down and then it'll kind of speed up and it'll just kind of, that type of stuff. So recently, like a lot of clients have been wanting that type of editing, which I didn't really know like too much about it until I started editing gameplay, and then it kind of brought it into the real world. Which is kind of cool.
Got some practice, some reps in.
Yeah, and then also just like knowing all the shortcuts and stuff, makes it super easy for me. Like last night, I was watching Orbs play. He was shooting somebody out of a heli. They threw the heli. He caught the heli and flew off and killed him. And I was like, bro, you need to post that on TikTok. And he's like, oh, no, he's not like huge on that type of stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to edit it for you. I downloaded it. I put it into Premiere and I had it in his Discord in 8 minutes.
Yeah. Once you get the workflow down, it can be super simple if you're not going too crazy with some of the stuff.
Yeah. Obviously. Like I literally just like formatted it for it and just added slight text. It's a bit out because I was like, I want to get this to him as soon as possible. Just like, but yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but yeah.
No, I remember you've done a couple of editing streams, and I remember watching you edit a TikTok live on Twitch, and you had like the workflow down pat, like you knew what you wanted to do, how to do it, and it was very eye-opening for me because I was like at that time I was probably still newer to editing a video like that, and it like you knew exactly like where your camera would go, where the gameplay goes, the size would be, the exact sort of blurs and stuff and effects that you would have, and sort of like you had that workflow. It made it super easy for you to like once you get your footage, how you're going to put it in.
Yeah, totally. Like when I get a clip or whatever, like I'll think about this would be a great part slowed down, or this would be a great like this death comment is really funny, so I'm gonna add that in like over the text, like have it kind of pop up and stuff like that.
What about when you started editing videos, did you have a style in mind or a particular thing that you wanted to clip, or was it just anything you could find or happens to you in a game that you would find a way to put it on the internet?
That's a good question. I don't think I had any style in mind, but I do think that I have created a style. Yep. You know what I mean? Like the very clean look, nothing over the top, no like you'll have some slow motion, but none of like the whole like flashes and just going through doors and it's a new scene type of thing. Like that stuff's cool, but like
it's not yours. It's not your style.
Yeah, it's not mine. Yeah, like people have done that heaps, and I just like to keep it simple, like just easy to watch. And I think that's just what's best. Easy to watch is what I like to watch on TikTok. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a theory I had about even when it comes to Twitch streams, that the type of streams that you like to watch is probably the type of creator that you're going to be.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah, like your style. I've always noticed this about your videos is that they're very high quality, very clean, and like very smooth. The quality is very good. And that's
thank you.
Obviously something that's come from your job, your background.
Yeah, and also shout out to Mr. Joe Woe for the recording settings because obviously, like as he says all the time, like if you don't want to be taking your videos from your VODs,
yes,
it's like shit.
Absolutely.
Like you want to be putting out like I'll be honest, whenever I see like like a 480p clip on TikTok, I just scroll past it. Like unless it's got like a million likes, because I'm like, they're not putting in that extra effort.
Yeah.
I guess you know what I mean. Like that might be judging it a little bit too harshly, but I feel like they can obviously record their clips, so why not just record it at a higher quality? You know,
right.
spend $50, get a hard drive, put all the, like, you can get like a terabyte hard drive for like $50 nowadays. Put all your clips on that. You know,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Personally, I didn't really. Well, I couldn't record at the start because I was kind of hampered by my my streaming device. It was a laptop, so it was barely streaming at 1080. I wasn't even streaming at 1080 for the longest time. I was 720 for ages. And trying to get clips out of my old footage is I haven't tried, because they were all old VODs that I downloaded, and like Twitch VODs, they say they're 1080, but they're not. There's no way.
No, it's because of the bit rate. Like, yeah, because you'll see on Twitch VODs, when everything's still, it is crisp 1080, and as soon as there's any sort of movement, it's trying to keep up, and it just can't, so it will just degrade the quality heaps.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there who do rely on their Twitch VODs. Either maybe they don't know that they should be recording separately, or they don't know how.
Yeah, for sure.
How did you figure that out? Or was that all from Mr. Woe himself?
I just kind of figured that out on my own, to be honest. I just didn't have the right settings. Like, I knew I wanted to record 1080p, and the first couple clips were in 1080p, but they just weren't as crisp.
And did you speak to Joe directly about that kind of stuff, or was it just a random?
No, I was just in the chat, and I was like, he was talking about settings and stuff like that, and I was like, can you show us your settings? So he showed like 2,000 plus people with settings.
Yeah.
So if you were in that chat and don't have those settings, that's silly.
I feel like Joe's very good at giving advice for like nothing. He's very open. You could ask him a question about whatever settings, whatever things he does, and he's very transparent about it. He's got nothing to hide, and he doesn't really. It's not like there's no secrecy. It's all very open, and he's very, very giving with his information. It's like priceless, some of the information he gives.
Yeah, dude, 100%. He, as you said, has nothing to hide, which is what I respect most about like content creators, and also like people in my industry, people who try and hide their little trade secrets and stuff like that. I'm just like, that's corny, man. Just like everyone's trying to live, everyone's trying to do their best, and if you have like, obviously there's like few things here and there that like are like, I have presets that I've created over the years. I won't ever hand those out because that's my look, you know. But if it's things that can help people in a general sense, I see no reason why you should be hiding that type of stuff.
Yeah, when you get into the finer details, of course, it's your stuff, but even just basic basic settings and stuff like that, it shouldn't be like, that's not really a point of difference. It's something, you know, everyone that should be doing.
Totally.
So how did you go from posting your Warzone clips and making the transition to putting your face on there? Was that a big deal for you? Because for me personally, I felt very self-conscious about putting my face in a few edits.
Yeah, no, totally. It was definitely a bit confronting. Like, I don't do it all the time. It depends on the video. Like, if I'm recording my face, because I don't always do that, and then 2, if I'm doing like a breakdown or something, and I need the mini map, and I need my health bar, and I need a few other things on there, there's not enough room for my face cam. So if there's room for my face cam, it's good just to have there, just fill up the space. It also helps create like this sense of like, this is me, and a personal connection to the viewer. So,
yeah, otherwise you could be just anybody behind the gun or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
And the other thing I was going to say is that you found a kind of a niche with some of your TikToks. It really took off with the breakdown. Yeah.
I wouldn't say, I mean, there are a few people that were doing it before me, but I didn't know about it until after I did it. And I was like, I hit up some of my friends who don't really play Warzone in any sort of competitive sense. They're very what's the
Casual?
word? Yes, the one. They're very casual players, and they always tell me like, "Oh, I want to get better and better and stuff like that." I'm like, I feel like you're the majority here. If you want to get better, I'm sure there are so many other people that want to get better. So obviously, I'm not the best player, but I know what I'm doing every now and then. So why don't I take what I know at my level, which I feel like a lot of people can understand, and put it out to the masses and help people learn the game. And it's kind of wild. Like I put on one of my videos, the first one that kind of blew up, people didn't know that dead silence reset when you got a full kill. They didn't know teammates, when you full an enemy on rebirth, their teammates ping for that. Like there's so many little things that people don't know that can definitely just help them just become a better player in general and not accuse everybody of cheating. You know what I mean?
No, it's crazy how many little things there are like that people, I don't know if maybe they just don't play all the time, they don't know, or like if no one's ever told them and they've never noticed, how would you know? But yeah, no, the pings on the minimap is a huge one. There's so many people who, it could have been months into the game of when Rebirth was really popular that they had no idea.
Yeah.
How to read a UAV as well.
Yeah, the little arrows. And even like, it's difficult though, because when you are on like a 60-inch flat screen TV on the other side of your living room, seeing those little arrows on the mini map in the top left-hand corner is actually like would be pretty difficult. So like you can't really blame people for not being able to see it, but it's good to be aware of it still.
Yeah. And you got a lot of positive feedback, obviously the views and the likes and everything, but a lot of comments in there too were very very thankful for you breaking down the breakdowns.
It was always very nice to get those types of comments, because obviously like I just do it for fun. Like I don't so just knowing that I was able to help people was just nice. And people have even come back like a few months later and been like, I've been implementing this stuff and it's helped. And I'm like, that's like that you've remembered my video well enough to then come back is just like kind of mind blowing, because
that's awesome.
Yeah, the thought of anybody knowing me is just weird, to be honest. So
just people on the internet just remembering you.
Yeah, I literally don't ever expect anybody to remember me. It's why I'm always very kind of reserved about like if I'm in chat or something and I've spoken to somebody before, I'm like, oh, they probably don't remember me, so I'll just like stay back. You know what I mean? So that's yeah.
So how did you find the crossover from TikTok to Twitch? Because I know that you were streaming for a while, but it's not like one of the things you do every day or every week or everything like that. It's been a bit sporadic.
Yeah. Your tri-monthly streamer right here.
Tri-monthly. was stream what came first, the streaming or the TikTok?
So the streaming technically came first because I streamed from my PlayStation back like in 2021 probably. Like I streamed a couple times, but then I only kind of started doing it a bit more regularly, I think around the same time that I started doing TikToks. Like I don't remember which one came first, to be honest.
I mean, I've got your TikTok page open right now.
Yeah, my first TikTok was like June 16th or something.
21st of July.
July? Damn.
Yeah. And your first stream was the 27th of July, so it was like...
Oh, wow. Yeah, so like literally in the week.
This could be wrong, and this could be bugged, but it seems like you TikToked before you Twitched.
Yeah, I guess so. There you go.
Yeah.
Who knew? Well, thank you.
Yeah. And I mean, like I was going to ask you, how did you find... Because obviously some of your TikToks blew up. Did you find people coming into your streams when you streamed saying... know you from the breakdown
Nah.
or anything like that?
Nah, I got like 2 people that came through from TikTok.
Really?
Yeah. One of them is in my stream every day that I stream there.
Yep.
And then the other one just kind of came in to say hi once and never came back. And I was like, okay, bye.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Like TikTok, people on TikTok don't care about Twitch in the slightest. Like if I'm going to be totally honest with you, like it is so difficult to grow from your TikTok on Twitch. I think YouTube is probably the best place to grow your Twitch that's outside of Twitch.
Yep.
Like I'm sure obviously because I'll see people who have millions of followers on TikTok and then on Twitch they might have like 40 viewers. So it doesn't really equate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I don't know, obviously maybe all 40 of those people came from TikTok, but it's kind of unlikely.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, I know, so I remember Joe giving out a lot of advice, well, pretty much every stream.
Yeah.
But the reason I got onto TikTok was really listening to him say you should be concentrating on other platforms rather than just Twitch, and upload to YouTube, upload to TikTok, be consistent.
100%.
So I was like, you know what, I'll do it. But same as you, I don't think I've had anyone come through from TikTok, maybe 1 or 2 people. And I feel like it's because it is like a really short form of content that Twitch is more sit down and watch for a couple of minutes or longer.
Yeah, totally. Like people on TikTok, they just want to see a cool clip and then move on. Like they don't want to sit through a 8-hour stream.
Yeah. Have you cared too much about your upload schedule or anything like that, or is it really a hobby for you?
It's really just a hobby. Hey, like I think I last posted maybe a couple weeks ago, and then before that it was maybe a month or so, and then before that maybe it was 3 times in that month. It's so sporadic, only because I'm really busy just with IRL work stuff.
It's hard to upload if you don't have any content to upload.
Yeah, like I'm not playing nearly as much.
Yep.
But I do have a breakdown that I'm going to be doing soon for like another featured breakdown with a rebirth demon named Ariau.
Ari.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's been sitting in my Dropbox for a while that I need to edit still, but I just haven't had the time because the breakdowns take me hours to do.
Hours. I was going to ask you, yeah, how long does a breakdown of like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute take?
Probably about, I mean, when I did it on stream, I think it took like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But outside of stream, probably maybe cut it down to an hour 30.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, because I've got the part that takes the longest is me talking over it, because as we said at the start, we suck at doing any sort of intro. You know what I mean? So like doing any sort of talk over I need to word it right. I need to then make sure, like, I'll usually do line by line, and then I've got to match it up so it's seamless, where people think I'm just talking just continuously. Yep. And then I've got to do the subtitles, and then I've got to place the subtitles, and I've got to, it's a long process, but yeah, it's good fun.
It's probably the longest part of all of it is like talking and captions. If you're not letting the bot do it itself, and you're actually putting them in yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Because edits can take, like you said, a couple of minutes, but it's really the captions and it's however many takes it takes to do.
Yeah. 100%. It's also like just nerve-wracking, like doing the voiceovers as well. Like I'm very self-conscious about my voice, so it's like,
oh dude, I hate my voice.
Yeah, so it's just, then you hear that voice over and over again, like, yo, what's good, guys, welcome back to the, like, I'm like, fuck, oh dude, just stop. Make it stop. And just,
so it didn't get easier for you, like the more you did it?
No way. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
sure if I did it consistently for a while, it probably would become easier, but it's just awful. Hate it.
Hate it. Yeah, dude, it is nerve-wracking. Even like you said, listening to your own voice back, especially if you got to listen to the same section, like to cut it or something, and like so it's perfect. Dude, I hate it.
Yeah, totally. It's not fun, but it is what it is.
But hey, for a hobby that you do it casually, you've done extremely well.
Thank you.
Extremely well, and the quality of what you put out there is top notch.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
I think you have the most followers of anyone that I know.
Really?
Personally, yeah, I think so.
Ah.
It's either you or Miguel.
Yeah, I think Miguel has like 30K or something ridiculous. Yeah.
And it's funny that you said you're not too concerned about uploading consistently and uploading at certain times.
I mean, certain times, kind of. Like I've tried doing the whole like look up online, what's the best time to post on TikTok, and then it's and then it's like, oh, this time is like the best time. This time has like this time is the best time, and then it's like this time has the least amount of competition, and I'm like, bro, just tell me what the best time to post is, and then
tell me when to do it.
Yeah, and then I'll post it, and then it does absolutely horrible, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe next time, and then I'll just post, and then sometimes I'll just post one at a random time, and it'll blow up, and I'm like, I don't know.
That's crazy. Did you look at your own video analytics and stuff like that to try and figure stuff out, or?
I have, yeah, but my video analytics are kind of weird. It kind of drops off at about, for most of the day, it's pretty level, and then only at about midnight to about 4 o'clock it dips down in terms of user activity, and then it just kind of picks back up. So
that's funny because personally, like I went through that phase where I was uploading every day for like a month, and I was logging my titles, my hashtags, my the duration, and then I was going back like the next day to see the watch times and everything like that to try and find like a pattern or something like that.
No way, that's so good.
I wrote what the clip was about, and
Wow. Did you find like any sort of correlation between anything?
I found absolutely nothing.
You led me on there. I was like, Miguel says the secrets.
The secrets. No, you got to pay OnlyFans for that. No, there was absolutely no correlation. I mean, the only thing that really matters is, I think, watch time.
Totally. Yeah.
And it depends. It doesn't matter how long the clip is. Like I would upload a clip that was a minute because I couldn't cut it down anymore, and I was thinking as I was uploading it, this is going to suck because it's a minute and no one sticks around for a minute, but it would do better than something that was 10 seconds for some reason. And the consistency of what you upload when you upload, I don't think is as important, because there's some clips of mine that still get views to this day and likes that I haven't uploaded obviously in weeks.
One shot Odin.
One shot Odin. And I'm kind of in the camp that says the time doesn't matter as much as obviously what the content is.
Sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Just because you're posting at the perfect time of day doesn't mean it's going to do well, because it really depends on what the video is.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely about just keeping, because all TikTok wants is for people to stay on their app. So the more watch time, obviously, the more it's going to get pushed out. So that makes a lot of sense.
And that was one thing that really baffled me. Like, a lot of your clips are very valuable information and very well put together. And I personally, I couldn't ever mimic anything that you put out like that, because mine was sort of based on like funnier things and random things that would happen. And obviously when I was trying to push every day, you kind of like scrounge the bottom of the barrel of stuff. But personally, the best things that I uploaded were things that were funny and things that were clickbaity and get people to interact or engage with comments, or argue with other people in comments, or call out something in the video that you did wrong, like, oh, you only showed the loadout for like a split second.
Yeah, totally.
I don't like it because it doesn't really show off me or my gameplay or anything like that. It's sort of like the algorithm, I think, sort of favors interactions.
Yeah.
which can be rough because you can spend, like I would spend time editing something I thought was good and it didn't do as well as something that was clickbaity.
Yeah, for sure. That
But you cracked the code. You had
I don't
the
know.
quality and it took off.
I don't know. Like, actually, the reason why my first one went viral. Do you know why my first breakdown went viral?
No.
It's because I called Nova chemical. Yo, what's good, and welcome back to The Breakdown, where I take a clip of mine from the week and I break it down step by step to help you become a better player in Warzone. This week, I've got a 1v4 at Chemical on Rebirth Island, and we're going to focus on our centering, position, and how to read a UAV. And if you go through the comments, every comment is, that's Nova, not Chemical.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why the first one, like, it was a total accident. I didn't mean to do it. I just, like, I was editing it. I think it was at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. And I was just like, I want to get this done. And I just called it chemical. And yeah, people.
Dude, it is. I'm going through the comments right now.
Yeah.
Hey, you're onto something.
Yeah. I mean, and then I saw another content creator do it, but on purpose.
Yeah.
And then I commented, I was like, oh, this is funny. Like, this happened to me. And everyone just like roasted me. And he's like, yeah, I know. I've cracked the code. I do it on all my videos. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, hey, I mean, that's smart. But also, like, I don't want to be known for being a bit of like a, not knowing things. You know what I mean? Especially when my content is about knowing things, you know? So
Yeah, facts.
it wouldn't help my case.
Brand.
Yeah, it wouldn't help my case at all.
No, that's fair enough. I can see that you sort of, you've experimented uploading on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Not really?
Yeah, I mean, I posted a few videos on Instagram. They all did, just flopped. And I'm like, okay. Instagram just doesn't like the informational stuff. So.
No. Yeah, it's funny how different platforms like different things. But obviously, you're not too concerned about that because it's...
Yeah, not really.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I was taking it more seriously, I'd always upload no matter what, really. Like, I think if you're taking it seriously, no matter if your videos are getting views or not, you should just be uploading.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to take it seriously, you know?
So this started in the pandemic as a hobby and to keep your fingers warm kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Is this something that's going to continue for you?
I think so. But obviously just like every now and then, like if I get a cool clip, I did actually get a good clip the other day, which I might do a breakdown on. But I don't know, like I feel like if I'm going to be totally honest, I kind of feel like the TikTok Warzone realm is just super oversaturated right now of just...
Yeah, agreed.
Just the same stuff over and over again. And I see one TikTok content creator like calling it out, and they're like, don't be doing like the Snoop Dogg is playing the game, or if Tim the Tatman is reacting to my video, or like super slow-mo, like YY dancing on somebody. Like, it's being done countless times, you know? So yeah. It's kind of hard. I'm just like, I'll just post when I want, but if I want, you know, like there's no set schedule. There's no like, as we said. So,
and dude, and it still works
every now and then.
I think if you're putting out if you're putting out quality, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, totally. Like one of the ones that went viral, I hadn't posted for over a month, and then that one hit like 175,000 views or something.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So besides Mr. Woe, Mr. Joe himself, like where else have you found any sort of help or inspiration or anything like that, or is that just all come from within?
I mean, in terms of inspiration, in terms of content, or just in terms of like gameplay, or how so? Like,
yeah, everything.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of gameplay, I'd probably give a shout out to Mr. Exact. Just like watching him over the past 2 years has definitely improved my gameplay, and he's done a couple like informational videos of him breaking down his clips on YouTube, which has helped me learn a lot more, and which has obviously led to me gaining knowledge, which led to me giving knowledge. So
nice. Yeah.
Big shout out to Mr. Z, because he's super charismatic, just super humble. Yeah, just good guy all around, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was there any like have you seen anything that other creators have done, or something you've seen on a video sometime that you wanted to know how they did that edit, or how they did that cut?
Yeah. When I was first starting out, because obviously in my real work, I don't really do too much super slow motion stuff outside of the realm of like what my camera is capable of. So I never knew how people did like that really smooth motion.
Yeah.
And it was until I watched Brandon's editing stream, he explained it all. There was that, and then there's like some cool. I see a lot of stuff being done in After Effects as well.
Okay.
Some really cool, just different effects, like a laser kind of coming down the gun, or tracking titles through a sequence. So like you're walking through a door and the title is in the door frame, and then as you go through the door, you're going through the title as well. Things like that. That's all done in After Effects, and it's all like, I mean, it's easy-ish once you get the hang of it, but it's still like very cool. And I've always kind of wanted to do something like it, but I don't dabble in After Effects too much. So
no,
yeah,
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I found a lot of help through YouTube. There's a lot of everything's on YouTube, and Brandon himself, especially with the door transitions, that I loved seeing those. That was so cool. The first one took me ages to get down, but once you get the hang of it, like everything else, it's a skill, and you can starts becoming a lot smoother.
Yeah, the door transitions was probably the coolest thing to come out of like any sort of Warzone edit, and all props to B, because that shit was like fire. I remember seeing it for the first time, and I was like, he ran through this door, you don't end up there, like what the fuck? Like,
what just happened?
And I like went back on it like at least 5 times, then I like slowed it down. I was like, that cheeky motherfucker, that is like so clean. Like, yeah, it was.
Have you put one in one of your videos?
I haven't. No, I've only done.
You haven't?
I did one on a video for Chrissy though, but yeah, none of my videos. Yeah, take too much time for me to just do it. You know what I mean? Like, going frame by frame. It's just if I'm not getting paid to do it, I'm like,
no, that's fair. So you have been doing some work for some other content creators. Like you said, you've had a few TikToks, and you've edited some videos for Chrissy, an Australian Warzone streamer.
Yes, I have. Yeah, we were just chatting, and she wants me to do like 2 a week now. 2 YouTube videos a week, which is kind of cool. And yeah, should be like, it's still for fun. Like, budget's not like anything wild, but it's just fun for me to do if I'm got downtime. You know what I mean? Yeah,
because I remember speaking to you once in your line of work. It can be super hectic for a week or two, and then gets quiet for a week while either you're working or you're between jobs. And
very much so. Yeah, being a freelancer is tough, man. Like, I literally don't know when my next job, I mean, I do, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know when my next job is, because it's so sporadic. Luckily, I've got an idea for the next couple months.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some big things coming.
Big things.
Yeah. To be TBC, hopefully later.
TBC. Oh, interesting. All right. And so the terms of editing and stuff like that, is that something you would pursue, or is that really just a hobby?
The Warzone editing?
Yeah, for other people.
I mean, if the budget's there, I'll do it. Like, if the budget's there, I'll do it. if it's not, I just can't feasibly spend my time doing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm already, at the moment, I'm already so busy that it's difficult to do the stuff I'm being paid to do.
Okay.
So it's like, this morning I woke up at 8:30. I was editing videos until 7.
Wow.
Yeah. So for about 10 hours from 9 to 7.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah. It's wild. It's fun though.
Does that take it out of you, or are you used to those sort of hours?
Bro, I was drained. Like Steph came home and I was like, I'm so dead. And she was like, I'm going to make us some dinner. I'm like, thank you. So,
thank you.
Yeah. So it was very nice. But yeah.
And what keeps you going in that? Is that because you have to, or because you're just addicted to it?
With these edits I'm currently doing is because I have to. Like they're very boring edits. Like it's very cookie cutter, like 0 input is mine. You know what I mean? So it's but if I'm editing like a live show, for example, and I get to kind of create all these different transitions and I get to like manipulate the footage in certain ways and things like that, I have a whole blast of fun. And I'm just like, I could literally do this all day. So
nice.
Yeah.
I love to hear about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So in terms of the future, you'll be continuing freelancing and doing this as a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. What would be a way that would make you step away from freelancing? Would there be anything that could draw you away from that? Or is that your bread and butter locked in?
At the moment, it's pretty much my bread and butter, like just the flexibility of it. And I worked a 9 to 5, like not 9 to 5, but like I worked retail for like 3 or 4 years while trying to kind of kick off my freelance career. When my freelance career was kind of picking up, and I had to turn down jobs and stuff like that because of the retail, it was just so gut wrenching. I was like, I just can't, you know what I mean? So if there's any job that takes away from that kind of freedom, that I'm able just to put down something and do something else.
Yep.
It's not for me.
No, that's okay. No, retail sucks.
Yeah. Dealing with annoying people all day, plus not getting paid well, plus like shitty managers. It's just not.
Yeah. Personally, I think the worst part is being held responsible for things that are not your fault because you're simply an employee there.
Yep. All the time.
Like, why is this product breaking on me? Well, I didn't make it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, like
I literally scanned the thing and give it to you, please.
Yeah, totally. Like I'm like, what do you want me to do about that, man? Like, just there's a warranty ticket. Just send it back. Not to me though. Yeah. I don't want to deal with it.
Not to me. I don't care.
Yeah, I literally do not care.
So what would you tell Jared in 2021 starting out on this? Is there any advice that you would give yourself back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any advice. Okay. I feel like because obviously it was never like something I took super seriously. So I think I went about it the right way from day one. Like when I started, I was just like, I'm just doing this for fun, you know, like, and I think that's a good way to look at it. So
you didn't put yourself under like unnecessary pressure.
Nah. And I feel like if I did, then I would have some advice and be like, just chill, man. Just, you know, just like take it one step at a time. Just don't worry about the views. Don't worry about all that kind of stuff. And I guess maybe that is a piece of advice that I give myself, because obviously social media is fucked with everyone's heads so much that views are life apparently. So like when a TikTok does bad, or if like nobody's in stream or anything like that, it kind of gets me down. But I'm like, oh, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You know, like I'm happy outside of everything else. So.
And how have you found the streaming thing? We haven't really talked too much about your Twitch streams a lot, but You do stream on Twitch every now and again. You've played some tourneys, some tournaments.
Yes, sir.
You've done pretty well. You've the winning tournament player right here.
Oh, you don't have to put me on the spot like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did nothing. It was all my teammate, to be honest. But
do you like streaming? Is that something that
I do
that you enjoy, or is it really just part of?
No, I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, it's good fun. Like, I would do it more often, but I just don't have the time to even really play the game. So it's like,
Dude, I know.
So it's like I'll jump on maybe super late at night, and then it's like if I'm jumping on at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, it's like there's no real point in me streaming because all the people that I want there are probably asleep.
Yeah,
all the people that I want to just hang out with are asleep. So it's yeah. But no, it's good fun. I love it. Like, it's just when I do, and it's during the day and people come through, it's like just always makes me smile. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So the people you know from Twitch come from other communities, created your own?
All from other communities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works, though. I mean, it's not like you're either part of one community and not part of another. It's sort of like everyone's there's crossover between people going into many different streams and knowing each other through a lot of different places.
Totally. Yeah. Like, I mean, I get a few people obviously from Exact Stream. That's pretty much the main source of it. And I haven't really streamed since I got rated by Orbs with like 100 or so people. So I don't know if like people would come in from that, but if there would be, then I guess people from that community too. And yeah, up to them obviously if they want to come through, but you know what I mean? Like,
no pressure, but you should be there.
Yeah, have to be there, but no pressure.
Nah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. Every time I've caught one of your streams, it's been a vibe.
Thanks, man.
Because like I said, you people kind of, I think in my head, become like the content creator that they enjoy to watch. And I think because you enjoy watching someone who is personable and chatty and interactive, that's you as well. And that's like I've always enjoyed hanging out in your streams.
Thanks, man.
When I get the chance.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I think if you are pursuing streaming, the number one thing you can do is interact with chat. Like I've been into a few people's chats and they don't have many viewers, like no shade at all, but like they don't have anyone chatting. I'm like, hey man, how's your day? And I'll like wait around for like 10 minutes and they're just literally on their phone and I'm like, this is really awkward.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I don't see the point. If you're going to stream, you should interact with the people that are there to watch you and just kind of vibe out. Like, I don't know. Obviously, unless there's a tournament or something, but.
Yeah. No, but I feel like no matter what the game, if you're not interactive with your chat, you have to be absolutely elite.
Oh, yeah.
What you do.
100%. Yeah,
Otherwise, there's so many other people will go and watch unless you're talking back to them.
Totally. Yeah. I don't think even all the elite players, like, it's like, I mean, I don't really watch anyone else aside from like Warzone stuff, but like even the elite players interact with their chat. Like the best players in the world, like Aiden interacts with his chat like crazy. Biffle does, like, even, I mean, Iron doesn't when he's in game, but in between games he will, like.
Yeah.
You know, like,
definitely.
there's always time to interact, and yeah.
Yeah, you don't see Iron catch a dub and then all of a sudden look down at his phone and start typing.
No, he's like, GG's, and then he'll like pick out a few messages and chats at people.
Yeah, catch up on things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely an important thing to interact with people, I feel like, especially when you're starting out and trying to grow.
Totally. Yeah, you want people to stick around. You want people to come back as well, because that's the hardest thing, is to get people to come back to the stream.
Absolutely. And how do you get people to come back?
I don't.
You don't.
If I'm gonna be totally, like, I mean, some people come through, like, I don't. The only person that really comes through is like the guy from TikTok who I call Bored.
Oh yeah, Bored.
Yeah, he'll come through.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just chat. Like he'll be there from like the start to end of stream, and we'll just be chatting the entire time. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really know how to do that, to be honest. So I feel like that would be a question for the bigger guys.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. As a viewer, you love people who chat, or do you love people who can mix it up? Like, would you go to someone who's playing a game not very good at it, or do you think that's not important? Very important.
It kind of depends on the mood that I'm in, to be honest. Like, somebody who's cracked and who's really interactive with chat is like 10 out of 10.
Yep.
And then I'd rather have somebody who's chatty and not good at the game, or like average at the game. And then I'd have somebody who's cracked and doesn't talk at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's like the tiers, I guess, like of what I'd prefer in my opinion. But
what about as a someone who works in like visual arts? Do you find that it's important to have like a face cam when you're streaming, or is that really not matter? Because obviously there's people who can grow without it, like it doesn't matter. But
I used to say yes, it matters, until I started watching Biffle and Orbs more. They both are like insanely cracked to the game. I just don't give a shit what they look like. You know what I mean? Like I don't care like what they're looking at, what they're doing. Like they are just so good at the game that all I want to see is the full gameplay, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, but like obviously it does help. Like I think if you're starting out, I think it definitely does help, because it kind of, as we were talking earlier about the TikToks, is it kind of creates like the personal connection with somebody. But which is why I used to hate, like I used to go into some streams, if they didn't have a camera I'd just leave, because I'm like I want to know who this person is.
Yep.
But yeah, once I kind of have an idea on who the person is, if what their game style's like and things like that, if I can relate in that sort of sense, then I'll stick around.
No, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
And you are like from experience, very like chatty and helpfully chatty when either there's no one else in stream or you're coming to hang out, and like it's so much easier when you're a streamer and you have someone in talking to you.
Totally.
It can be very rough making that transition from having no one in there to having a few people in there. That in between time, is definitely difficult.
Yeah, like I always try and engage as much as possible, like with the streamer. Obviously if the chat's going a million miles an hour, I'll just leave it. You know what I mean? But if like I'm in like your stream, for example, or if I'm in like Matt's stream or anyone else's, I'll just try and be like, hey, what's good? And just like create a bit of a dialogue and just kind of say what's up and chat, catch up, and show some love.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's always helpful.
Yeah, appreciate you.
One last thing I wanted to touch on. I know that TikTok can be a very weird place in comments. How have you dealt with like weirdness or negative people or that kind of stuff? Does it not bother you, or does it get to you?
I don't deal with negativity very well.
Yeah.
Not very well at all. Yeah, like I'll have people call me a bot or like this is shit or whatever, you know, and I'm just like, okay, that hurts. Like
it does. It really does, especially with like the first couple times you hear it, it's very like rough.
Yeah, because obviously like we're surrounded by people who like support us, and we'll always be like, oh dude, sick, or like that was great, or you know. And then it's like, at least in my brain, I'm like, if all my friends are saying these nice things, but then these strangers saying these negative things, does that mean that my friends are lying to me? You know what I mean? Like it starts that whole like, it's a horrible mindset to be in. Like it is so bad. It like I even hate talking about it. Just it kind of weirds me out a little bit. But I remember I had like this one comment, and this dude, he called me like really bad at the game or something. Like he wrote like a bit of like a paragraph, and I was just like, whoa, this is like intense, bro. And then I went up to his page. He had like quite a following. He had like 100,000 plus followers on TikTok, and I was like, that's so weird. Whoa. And I commented back being like, well, I like just trying to like brush it off. I was like, well, I appreciate you commenting. I'm now going to be on your FYP more. And then he was like, bro, LMAO, you have like a 3% win rate. I'm like, I don't go for wins, bro. Like, that doesn't matter.
He went down your contract?
Yeah, he went to my contract, and I was like, that's so cringe that you do that. Like,
he took the time to write all that and like look you up.
And look me up. And then I was like, who the hell is this guy? I look at his page. He's actually a cheater. Like he like posts himself cheating. And I call him out. I'm like, bro, you're actually trash at the game. Like, you are actually dog shit at the game, like that you have to cheat. And then we went back and forth a few times, and I was like, I got a bit heated. Like, not too heated, but like I was just like, you're a fuckwit. And
was this in the comments of your own video?
Yeah.
Oh, at least you're getting the interactions on your own.
Exactly. Video. That's why I was like, oh, let's just keep on commenting.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just blocked him. I was like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. And then I gotta look up the screenshot because it happened the other day. Okay. Someone he ended up blocking me, this guy. So he commented aim assist, and I was like I just commented back like 3 crying emojis, and he commented that back, and I was like, do you feel better after having a cry about aim assist or something? And he was like, did aim assist help you with that joke also? And,
oh my god!
And then I was, and then I said something back, and he said, "This is the first time ever that I've been called a streamer outside of people that I know." He was like, "Seems like your fragile streamer ego is crying," and I'm like, "Well, thank you for thinking that I'm a streamer for one."
Yeah, gas.
Like that's kind of gas. And then I don't think I ever replied to that. I was like, I think I maybe just liked it or something. And then I went back the next day to the comments section, and I realized it was gone, and I tried looking him up, and he had blocked me, and I was like, that's interesting. Cool. Why would you block me? You came into my comments, and then you blocked me.
Unless other people were replying to him and he couldn't take it, and then he just the weirdos in comments and stuff, like, I didn't think it would get to me because I feel like I'd be like old enough to and mature enough to not really like take it to heart. But the first couple of like negative comments that you get, it's just like I don't think you can prepare for it. Like, you have to learn how to deal with it just by going through it.
They hurt, man. Like,
they hurt.
Yeah, and it's just, again, I'm like, has everyone been lying to me? Like, for example, like, it's not even in that as well. Like, in competitions as well. Like, when I played that 5KD tournament, we were up against somebody who my teammate has a bit of beef with, and I went into his teammate's stream because he wasn't streaming, so I went into his teammate's stream just to see what they were saying about us. And he was like, "Oh, I spectated Lebxwski. He's like an absolute burger, like so bad." I'm like, "Oh, that kind of hurts."
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm not that bad. Like, I'm bad, but
no,
I'm not like
you're
that
not
bad, man." Like, damn,
yeah,
fuck, yeah. So,
and that's kind of like it's the weird thing about comments and people talking. It's like, it's so funny to me how things can be contrasting so differently on the same channel. Like, I've been called a bot, and I've also been called a cheater in the same video. Like, yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, literally. Hey, dude,
yeah.
I saw so many of those comments. I think I replied to some of them too.
Yeah.
Whenever I see those types of comments, I just have to reply. I'm like,
I have to too, and it's just hilarious. But at the same time, it's like the first couple of negative comments sort of cycle through your head a little bit, and it's like, dude, like you said, are people lying to me? Am I actually bad? And then it's sort of like you doubt yourself, and it kind of hurts because when you put yourself out there, it's like it's you, and you're putting time and effort into putting stuff together, and people. Like, I got no problem with someone giving me feedback, like, oh, you could have done this better, or you could have done this. But it's when, like, you suck. This is why you're shitty, and you're a bad person. It's like, whoa, what? Okay, give me something I can work with.
Totally, yeah. You were a horrible person for playing like this. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Man, that hurts. Yeah.
But you've copped this. I've seen you cop the same things on some of your breakdowns, like someone asked you to show the raw footage because they didn't believe that you could.
Did they?
See all the stuff
I don't think I saw that comment.
They're like, you can't possibly see all that. See the UAV mid-gunfight.
Yeah, I do actually remember. Yeah. I'm like, bro, it's just the top of my screen. What do you mean? Are you on like are you on a cinema screen that you like have to like go like, dude, like what?
You have to twist your whole head.
Yeah, sitting front row to like at the IMAX, just
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. People are weird, but can't let it get to you.
It just comes with it.
Totally.
You just have to go through it.
Yeah.
I think Miguel I spoke to on his stream once. I was just like, I asked him like, how do you deal with negative comments? He's like, he had an interesting comment. He said that like humans aren't used to knowing what other people think of them. Like the amount of people that we can get their thoughts on us now is like unnatural.
Yeah.
Like before social media, you wouldn't know what anyone thought of you unless you asked them. But now it's like you put yourself out there and people can just comment, and there's like you could get hundreds and thousands of comments about you that you would never have heard before.
Damn, Miguel. All right. You fucking...
It's deep.
Yeah, philosopher right here.
Yeah. It was good.
Wow.
Made sense.
That does make a lot of sense, actually. It's a lot of information to take in, I guess.
It is.
Yeah, overall. Social media sucks. Like, I'm just going to say that straight up. Like, it is so toxic and just so, like, bad. But I have to do it for my work, so it's like I just have to live in it. Yeah.
I mean, it's good when you can find a community that is not completely toxic at all times.
Yep, totally. Yeah.
Definitely helps. Gives you like a hope for the future.
Yeah.
Hope for humankind.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So your plans for the next year? Keep working? Keep contenting?
Yeah, as much as I can. Like, I have plans on going away for a little bit, maybe like 6 weeks or so in August, potentially. So, obviously, everything's going to be on pause then, and then, yeah. I'd like to create as much as possible, but whatever time will allow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, yeah. It's fun. I love it, but sometimes it's just not feasible. Like, obviously, if I really wanted to do it, like, if I wanted to pursue content creation, I could make the time 100%. Like, I feel like I'm a living example of that. Like, I know for a fact that I spent all day working, right, today. After we get off this chat, I could 100% go and edit a TikTok, and I could go post it. But I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have, like, I don't, like, I can make the time. If you want to pursue content creation, you can make the time, because anybody can make the time. You just have to sacrifice a bit of sleep, or sacrifice breakfast in the morning, or some, like, you know, like, just
100%.
Yeah. Everything comes with sacrifices. Success
100%.
comes with sacrifices. How about that?
Yeah, that's a bar.
Yeah. That is a bar.
Nah, man, it was good to talk. I know that this is just a passion project of yours, just creating content on the side. You've obviously got a gift for it.
Thanks, bro.
And it's really refreshing to see someone who doesn't have to feel like they need to be the best at it to be good at something. Like, you're naturally good at it without even trying, almost. Even though not to take away the effort that you do put in. I'm not.
No. All I was gonna say is, like, I've got, like, the years of experience behind me, you know. So, like, I'm not naturally good at it. It's just I've been doing it for years, but not through the content creation realm.
No, I'd love that you have the skill set and you do it for fun.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows that you can put some really good stuff together, having fun with it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Maybe we can look back in a few years and on this chat and I don't know, Twitch partner and TikTok partner or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Lebxwski.
I mean, you might be too big for me by then, so
No.
I'll probably just be. I'll see one of those. I'll see the stream and I'll just keep chat going like this, and I'm like, oh,
No, man. It was a pleasure. Hopefully we can do this again, and I don't know, whenever, next year, a couple of years, we'll see.
100%, man. I'm always down. Thanks, man.
All right,
I
man.
appreciate you asking me to do this as well. Like, it's
I
a very
appreciate you
cool
being
little
here.
project that you're working on. So I love it. I love seeing like these new things pop up. So yeah, keep going.
Dude, let's go. Thanks, man.
Much love.
I appreciate you.